Greetings and welcome back for another Music Theory Bite. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to sing a chromatic scale. If that sounds like something you'd like to learn more about, then keep watching because this is the video for you. So a chromatic scale, let's do a quick theory review. It's a scale, meaning it goes from tonic pitch to tonic pitch, and it fills in all the chromatic half steps in between those tonic pitches. So if we start out with a basic C major scale, like what you see on your screen right now, in order to make it a chromatic scale, we're going to fill in all the spaces where we have whole steps. So in between scale degree 1 and scale degree 2, that's a whole step, so we can add in a sharp scale degree 1 in between there. Between 2 and 3, that's a whole step, so we're going to add a sharp 2 in between there. Between 3 and 4, that's a half step, no room to fit another pitch, so we don't put one in there. 4 to 5, whole step, we can fit a sharp 4 in there. 5 to 6, we can fit a sharp 5 in there. 6 to 7, a sharp 6 fits there. And 7 to 1, that's a half step, so we don't have the opportunity to fit anything in there. Notice that on the way up, I put in all those sharp pitches leading to the diatonic scale degree. On the way down, I'll spell those pitches differently. That is, from 1 down to 7, still a half step, so I can't put anything there. 7 down to 6, still a whole step, but I'm going to put in a flat 7 instead of a sharp 6. How you spell your chromatic scale degrees is important because we think of chromatic pitches as always leading to the next diatonic scale degree. So if they're going up, we'll use the sharp version of the scale degree below the one to which it resolves. And if we're going down, we'll use the flat version of the next higher scale degree, which leads down to the diatonic scale degree. So a flat 7 down to 6, flat 6 down to 5, flat 5 down to 4, 4 to 3 is a half step, flat 3 down to 2, and flat 2 down to 1. Now it's important to think about these chromatic scale degrees in that way because that's how chromaticism functions in tonal music. That is, when you have a chromatic pitch, it is acting as a leading tone up to a diatonic pitch or sort of an upper leading tone down to a diatonic pitch. You should always think of them in terms of the diatonic pitches to which they resolve. And that's how we're going to sing these things. So if we start out with a normal diatonic C major scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, F, 1, 1, F, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In order to turn that into a chromatic scale, what I want to do is I want to treat each of those diatonic scale degrees as a waypoint, something that I want to hit perfectly on my way up, and I will fit the chromatic scale degrees as leading tones to those diatonic scale degrees. So ordinarily I'd be thinking 1, 2, so I want to think first of what's the leading tone to 2? 1, 2, 1, 2. So I can stick that sharp 1 in, leading me to the 2. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. And I should check myself along the way. 5, 3, 1. Use my scale degree patterns to make sure that each of those scale degrees is right where it needs to be. 5, 5, 6, 6, 5, 3, 1, 6, 6, 7, 7, 1. So my complete chromatic scale up from C to C. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 1. On the way down, I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm hitting all of my diatonic scale degrees, but I'm treating those chromatic scale degrees as pitches that are leading down to the diatonic scale degree. 1, 7, 7, 6, 6, 5. I could check that if I wanted to. 5, 3, 1. 5, 5, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. A good drill that you can use to get ready to sing that chromatic scale is to start by singing chromatic neighbors to each of those diatonic pitches. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. Of course, that's a diatonic neighbor. 5, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 1, 7, 1. And on the way down, make them upper chromatic neighbors. 1, 2, 1, 7, 1, 7, 6, 7, 6, 5, 6, 5, 4, 5, 4, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1. And then when you go to sing the actual chromatic scale, you just leave off the first of each of those groups of pitches that are the neighboring tones to the diatonic pitches. And that's how you should sing a chromatic scale in major on the way up and on the way down. The reason being is if you think about a chromatic scale as a bunch of half steps stacked on top of each other, and you're not staying rooted in your major key by hitting those scale degrees right where they belong, well, not all half steps are the same size. And so frequently what will happen is you'll just keep adding the same size half step on top of each succeeding pitch, and you will end up out of the key. It kind of sounds something like this. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 1. I ended up really sharp there. 1 was where I started. 1 is where I should have ended, but because I was stacking half steps on top of each other, I ended up in the wrong place. Likewise, on the way down, we tend to spread those half steps just a little bit, and you'll end up going way too flat, and you'll end up pushing yourself out of the key. So the important thing to remember is stay in your key by singing the diatonic scale degrees. Use those as your marks, hit those marks every single time, and treat the chromatic pitches as chromatic pitches to the diatonic scale degrees. Of course, if I want to sing this in the minor scale, the process is essentially the same. I just have to be aware of the differences between major and minor. That is where the half steps occur between 2 and 3 and 5 and lowered 6. And of course, I have those variable scale degrees that I need to be concerned about. Process is essentially the same. If I want to work myself up to doing it, I start with my minor scale, probably harmonic minor or melodic minor, and then I will put the chromatic neighbors on those diatonic scale degrees. 1, 7, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 1, 7, 1. And on the way down, of course, I use the upper chromatic neighbors. 1, 2, 1, 7, 1, 7, 6, 7, 6, 5, 6, 5, 4, 5, 4, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1. And next, of course, I go ahead and sing the chromatic scale by hitting the diatonic scale degrees along the way. And you may be thinking, well, what are the diatonic scale degrees between 5 and 1? Depends on which form of the scale you happen to be hearing. So let's try it. 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 1. 1, 1, 7, 7, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 2, 2, 1. And again, by hitting those diatonic scale degrees, I keep myself in the key. And that's the important thing to remember about singing chromatic scales. When this gets transferred to actually singing chromaticism in melodies, of course, you will be finding all those chromatic pitches and having them resolve as leading tones to the diatonic scale degrees to which they resolve. So keep that in mind and start practicing those chromatic scales. When you practice them, you might want to practice them next to an instrument, a piano or on your instrument, because what you can do is you can stop at scale degrees and check yourself along the way, play the note that you think you should be singing, and see if you are there. The important thing is to make sure you're hitting those waypoints. Well, that does it for this video. If you found it helpful, make sure you like it. Feel free to leave constructive comments below, and as always, make sure you subscribe to my channel for the latest music theory bites as they become available. Until next time.